What's up, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. Second half J-Rod is actually prime Mike Trout, not recent Mike Trout. I'm talking early 2010s Trout when he was basically Willie Mays. Oh, and by the way, Cal hit another home run. Aroldis Chapman struck out 4 hitters in 1 inning. That is not a typo or a mistake. Juan Soto, he's about to get close to 40-40. That's not a typo either. A 40-40 season. Shohei's back to doing Shohei Ohtani things. He tied a Dodgers record off his old Japanese teammate. The Yankees, they legally stole some signs yesterday. The Jays even knew it, and their manager talked about how all of MLB knows that the Yankees steal signs and that they're good at it. Also, we have more Anthony Volpe talk. He is putting up historically bad numbers. Fellow shortstop Trey Turner in another life would be having an MVP type season. It just might be over early though. And look at this. We have a catch of the year candidate from a White Sox player. If you're new here, this is MLB Recap. We recap every baseball game almost every single day, so don't miss out. Leave a like and hit that subscribe button. Also, don't forget that recap would be impossible to make without channel sponsors SeatGeek and Underdog Fantasy. Use code Fuzzy as well as Playback. I'll be live later today with Cougs46 watching some MLB games, so head on over to Playback. It's an app, or you can go to playback.tv/the show. So because we take Sundays off, I didn't get to talk about Yoshinobu Yamamoto having his no-hitter ruined with 2 outs in the 9th inning by Jackson Holiday. Not only was his no-hitter ruined, the shutout, and eventually a W. Blake Treinen came in and stunk it up, and then Tanner Scott, for the second time in as many days, had a blown save against the Orioles. Also, I missed 2 catches of the year. We have 2 insane web gems in the Sox and Snakes game. Ceddanne Rafaela robbed Corbin Carroll, and Blaze Alexander on the opposite side of the diamond robbed Alex Bregman. I want you guys to let me know which catch do you think was better. Because we just talked about the Red Sox and the Dodgers, we got to show their games first. Boston, then LA, because Aroldis Chapman, he was at it again. Ryan Nelson, he's been a dog for the Diamondbacks over the last 2.5 months. He has a sub-3 ERA over his last 16 starts. He held the Red Sox to 1 run, but his bullpen, just like the Dodgers bullpen, folded immediately. David Hamilton, the speedster, drove in a run, and then Ryan's defense, he's not even in the game anymore, but his defense is about to make it worse. Jordan Lawler bobbled and then hit the red on his throwing meter. He gave the Red Sox the lead on 1 single play. He also has a negative 12 OPS. I didn't even know that was possible. A negative 12 OPS plus in his career. Negative 12, by the way, after tying the game. The Red Sox then rallied 2 innings later to snatch their lead back. Nick Sogard, of all people, had a 2-run double. Carlos Narvaez, he drove in the final run for both teams as Aroldis Chapman struck out 4 in the 9th inning. There was a drop third strike, so he had 3 more opportunities to strike out more guys. He has 29 saves, a .98 ERA. He's now gotten 50 consecutive outs without allowing a base hit. That is challenging Cy Young's record of 76 outs in a row before allowing a base hit, but both guys had some walks in between, so the record for most consecutive hitters in a row retired just in general is Yusmeiro Petit with 46, but again, Chapman and Cy Young, they had some walks in between their streaks. We have Shohei Ohtani versus Tomoyuki Sugano. All of Japan must have been watching this game. Showtime. He went yard not just once, twice. On the first one, he tied Mookie Betts for his 12th leadoff home run. Again, that is a Dodgers record. Ohtani then hit his 48th of the season. Mookie Betts also tagged Sugano with his 17th of the season, all while Kershaw struck out a season-high 8 hitters. He only throws 90 poop, but he can still paint that 90, and he can twirl those crazy off-speed and breaking pitches. I want to show Mookie's second RBI because that's back-to-back games with 2 base hits and 2 RBIs. He's at a 99 OPS plus, so close to being back to league average. The Dodgers, they bounced back after a historically embarrassing L. They're 1 win away from 80 wins. Oof, this next loss was historically embarrassing for Braves fans. Seattle had 20 base hits. Mitch Garver, he got the runs going with an RBI triple. Michael Harris just missed it. J-Rod, he's about to clear the bases. His stats in the second half, or really over his last 50 games, are Willie Mays-like. He's batting .310 with 31 extra base hits and 45 RBIs his last 50. He's going to finish top 5 in MVP because, again, he's also top 3% fast, and he's got, 9-10 outs above average on defense? You guys are about to see back-to-back home runs. Jorge Polanco has 24 home runs. Josh Naylor has 18. That's his 7th as a Mariner. Randy Arozarena, he wanted to contribute as well. He had a 2-run single. And I'm going to show this for my Braves fans. Jurickson Profar, he's been really good this year. 13 home runs and a near 140 OPS plus. Gino, he's back to banging out some baseballs. His first of 2, just like Ohtani. That's his 44th home run. Cal has 52. He has 53 home runs. He is 1 away from tying Mickey Mantle for the record of most home runs in a single season by a switch hitter. Gino, his second was off Vidal Brujan, a positional player, but that's 45 home runs. He's 4 away from his career high. Kind of a random game to transition to, but we have yet another player with a multi-home run game, and his name is Otto Lopez. Otto Lopez lifted out 2 no-doubt home runs. He also has 11 outs above average on the season and never strikes out. Maximo Acosta, the rookie, he cashed in another. Taijuan Walker, he just stinks as a starting pitcher. Jacob Marcy, man, this was a tough read for the kid. Castellanos, he's rewarded with an RBI triple, a free 3-bagger, and Trey, I mean, in another life, if Shohei Ohtani never existed, he might be the favorite to win MVP with a few other guys in the National League. He's batting .305 with 31 doubles, 15 home runs, 36 stolen bases, and 16 outs above average on defense. It's a 1-run game thanks to Marshy. Trey, no, baseball gods, don't do this. So Otto made an error naturally because we talked about his 11 outs above average. Trey immediately took himself out the game with a hamstring strain. Now, last year, he missed 6 weeks with a grade 2 strain. I'm praying for nothing, but if anything, a grade 1 at the worst. Don't do it to us, baseball guys. You've already taken Zach Wheeler away from the Phillies. Otto Lopez made up for an error. He has 14 home runs on a second of the game. He has 70 RBIs. That was clutch because Schwarber, he would have tied it on the 4th run for the Phillies. Lake Bakker, I can't remember to say his last name. He eventually locked in for his 3rd save. The Marlins, they just barely squeaked past the Phillies. We're going to go back to some AL West teams. I don't know who Seattle fans are cheering for in this series because it's the Battle of Texas, Rangers versus Astros, and also technically the battle of first place because if the Rangers win, they'll push Seattle and themselves closer in the wild card and the AL West standings. What is going on? Yiner had a pass ball. He then slipped on the logo and hit Jonah Heim all in the same play. Dylan Moore was able to score all the way from second base with 2 outs. That should have never happened. Patrick Corbin, he was dealing again, looking like 2018-2019 Corbin all over again. He had a bunch of strikeouts through 5 scoreless, but he was left in too long. Jeremy Pena, he went up the middle for an RBI. Josh Jung, he untied it moments later. He doubled in Cody Freeman. And Jake Berger, the Burger Bombs are back. That is an insurance 2-run Oppo Taco. Cam Smith barely got underneath that baseball. And to close it out, Sean Armstrong came in and converted his 7th save of the year. So the Rangers, they win the series. They're 4 games back of first place in the West, and they're 1.5 games back of the wild card. And we know that the Mariners, they've been holding that spot for quite some time. Speaking of being 1.5 games back of something, the Padres are 1 game back of the Dodgers now. Manny's first base hit in this series is a 2-run moonshot, 452 feet, my lord. Jackson Merrill, he lasered one the other way. And Jake Cronenworth, who hasn't played shortstop since 2022, look at him. I mean, if I would have told you, if you've never watched baseball before and I told you that Cronenworth was the main shortstop for the Padres, you probably would have believed me. San Diego's not done with the long ball. Gavin Sheets and Ramon Laureano, 2 guys who weren't even on the squad last year, they both went yard. Sheets went very, very gone. He went 451 feet. Ramon, he has 23 home runs, 8 home runs, and 25 RBIs in 34 games as a Padre. This was an ugly game for Rockies fans, which is nothing new because they have 103 losses now. Again, the Padres are 1 game back of the Dodgers. Super quick game before the vital Mets and Reds series, the Giants and Cardinals series, or even the Jays admitting that they know the Yankees are stealing signs and they really didn't do anything about it. I don't know if you guys knew this, but we officially have 2 teams eliminated already. The Rockies, who we just saw, and the White Sox, who have been winning a ton lately. Well, a ton is a little bit dramatic, but they're winning a lot more than the first half. Benny Bicep stayed back on a curveball. That's a 2-run double, and look at this. First half White Sox came to play for a moment. Gleyber, he was not tagging on this. Brooks Baldwin just airmailed it and 2 scored because it went into the camera well, the dugout thing. Will Robertson, he almost misread this baseball, but he made up for it. It's 3-2 Tigers. 3-3. Lenine, he was trying to beat Manny Machado for the furthest home run of the day. He misses it by 1 foot as well. 451 feet. He is the first White Sox hitter this year to 20 home runs. McKinstry, he lifted a sac fly, so it's 4-3. It's about to be 5-3 thanks to Torkelson. Wait, no, it's not. Will Robertson, he took it back with one of the catches of the year. That was insane. He wasn't done. He just clutched up on offense. That's an RBI. And then Lenine Sosa, he drove in 2 more. Lenine Sosa has been a bona fide stud in the box for 2+ months now. Vassell came in for his 4th save of the year. He has a 2.5 ERA this year out the pen in 92 innings. Oh, here we go. I'm rubbing my hands together for this series because this is a massive series of both the Reds and the Mets. The Mets, they're holding on to that final wildcard spot, whereas the Reds, they're fighting with the Giants and the Mets to try and catch up. Brett Beatty was the only guy who could do anything off of Hunter Greene. Brett Beatty quietly has 16 home runs and a 110 OPS plus. That is such a good sign for 2026 and beyond. Brandon Sproat, we know that he was making his debut. He started his career with 3 scoreless. Noelvi Marte, who did not get on with the base hit. He's just way too fast to throw out. That's a sac fly for Austin Hayes. It's tied at 1. Brandon Sproat actually went 5 1/3 no-hit innings to begin his career. And of course, it got ruined by Noelvi on a broken bat, and then Elly. These guys can both move. So Marte is going to score from first. Ellie's all the way to third base, and that's going to set up another RBI for Austin Hayes. He gave Hunter Greene a 2-run lead. Hunter struck out 12. I'm going to show all 12, a dozen on one base hit. He dropped his ERA back under 2.6. He has an almost 11.5 strikeouts per 9. Soto, he has 38 home runs. He is now 2 home runs and 1 stolen base away from a 40-30 season. He's on pace. I can't even believe I'm saying this. Juan Soto is on pace for 44 home runs and 33 stolen bases. Oh, what is Elly? His 23rd error. He's on pace for like 25, 26 errors. He made up for it, though. A broken bat double play seals it. Hunter Greene gets the W. The Reds are 4 games back. So the Reds will yet again be tied with the Giants in the wild card if St. Louis can win a ball game here. Kai Tang was awesome again. He had 8 strikeouts through 4. That is nasty, nasty stuff. But with nasty stuff comes command issues. He walked the bases loaded in the 5th. Lars Nootbaar and Ivan Herrera, they were very thankful. They both had some RBI singles. Nolan Gorman, he took a bases loaded walk. And then the Cardinals got a 4th run on a Mason Wynn double play. So no RBI for Mason Wynn. That 4th run proved to be the difference. Or did it? Devers and Dom Smith pulled a Lars and Ivan Herrera. They both had RBI singles in an inning. Matt Chapman made it 4-3. But then Swanson, I love saying that name, Swanson, the Cardinals reliever, he locked in. He struck out Jung Julio and got Casey Schmidt to line out. So it's 4-3 in the 9th, and Patrick Bailey, he rolled over as Riley O'Brien now has 3 saves, a 1.6 ERA. He's for sure going to be the Ryan Helsley replacement. The Cardinals are 4.5 games back of the wild card. The Reds and the Giants are tied at 4 games back. Cleveland can get within a half game of Kansas City in the wild card and within 2.5 games of Seattle if they beat the Rays again and the Royals lose. Not a great look from George Valera, who is one of my favorite prospects ever. He played that ball like a T-baller. It's a free double for Brandon Lau, but what is Junior Caminero doing? He's not running full speed with 2 outs. That is bench-worthy type stuff. What are you looking at? You got to run. It's 2 outs. That literally cost the Rays this game. I'm not lying. Morel, he flew out, so Junior already should have scored. The Guardians, they're trying to rally. Valera ripped one the other way, and Carson had a seed, a perfect home on the relay to get Juan, and now he's going 410 feet. This Carson Williams kid has some sick tools. He has 9 RBIs. His first 14 games. J-Ram, bless you and your future kin. He passed Jim Thome for 2nd all-time in Cleveland history in RBIs. Schneemann, he's laying a bunt down. J-Ram, he's flying home, but he's also out. Arias, please, Big Christmas, unhook the trailer. He's in there. The rookie Parker Messick, he's going to get his 2nd big league W. He goes 6 innings, only 1 earned run. He has some awesome life on his pitches. The pen allowed just 1 base hit the final 3 as Cade Smith, staying with 3s, he struck out the side. He has 11 saves. I rarely say this as a Guardians fan, but come on, Minnesota. Sorry, Kansas City fans. Sometimes the fanboy in me has to come out. It's make or break season. You can't blame me. Byron, his first ever 30 home run campaign. And also, there's some history on this swing. He's the 2nd twin ever with a 30-20 season. He just joined Hall of Famer Kirby Puckett, who did it back in 1986. Bailey Ober has never beaten Kansas City, so he had some extra giddy up and motivation on these pitches. He was striking out everyone early. Now he's up 3. Cody Clemens, he just missed that Manny Machado 452 feet. He goes 451 over the batter's eye. He has 16 home runs. And remember, he had 14 his first 3 seasons. Buxton, oh, this is all my fault. I tweeted that Buxton and Trey, at their ripe ages of 31 and 32, are still elite in terms of sprint speed. Trey has a hammy issue, and Buxton got hit in the knee. It's all my fault. I didn't knock on wood. It's my fault. Now we're in the 6th. Royce, he's in a rundown. Luke Keeschel, he stole home. Vinny Pasquantino, he has 99 RBIs. That was actually the only run that Ober allowed. He had 6 strikeouts. Wallner got that run back on a bases and a walk. It's 5-1. Which means that Vinny, he can tie it with 1 swing and get in the 100 RBI club on the same. He's going to have to wait. Salvi, he tapped out as well. But check this out. The 9th, the bases are loaded again. They had to deploy Genesis Cabrera versus Mike Yastrzemski, and that is Cabrera's first save of the year. That was scary. The Royals are now 2 games back of the wild card. The Yankees can also be 2 games back, but a first place because they're facing off against the Rays. Ben Rice, he's on Max Scherzer. He hit one 900 feet foul. Almost seemed like he knew it was coming, and that's a big thanks to Bellinger and Judge. So Belly was on first, giving Judge the signs to then give to Ben Rice. And when Judge would spread his arms out, that was an off-speed pitch. And there he is, Ben Rice with a 3-run home run. Jays fans were not happy about that. Rice is up to 23 home runs and a 122 OPS plus. Volpe, just another reason for Yankees fans to boom. I'm not expecting him to make that play like across the diamond, but you at least got to stop it. Nathan Lucas, he gets a sac fly, but skipping to a game tire, Vladdy, he has 30 RBIs and 48 games in his career at Yankee Stadium. Judge, He stole a base, so that's back-to-back games with a stolen base. And Bellinger, I thought that this was going to leave. It's off the wall. He has 56 extra base hits and 88 RBIs. Bednar, there was a hit and run. Bednar, he almost spiked it, but Wells, he reached back, gripped it and ripped it. What a great tag from Jazz. Miles Straw then chased an awful pitch, and McMahon, he is automatic over there at third base. So Bednar now has 22 saves. The Yankees are 2 games back of first place, but we do have to talk about them just for a few more moments. The manager of the Blue Jays said that all of Major League Baseball knows that the Yankees are good at stealing signs and that they're good when they have something. Roll the tape, because I didn't really think that he said anything wrong.
Yeah, they're relaying. Yeah, they're good at it. Max has got to be a little bit better. Always obvious in the changeups. Rice just missed the one, foul homer, and it's fair game. The whole Major League Baseball knows the Yankees are good when they got something. I'm not the only one that's going to say it. Maybe I'm the only one that's going to say it publicly, but we got to do a better job of making sure we're not giving anything away.
Again, some Yankees fans are mad about that clip, but what did he say that was wrong? The Yankees are very good at legal sign stealing. There's nothing wrong with it. The Jays have to be better at not allowing it. He was just being honest. Also, we have to talk about Anthony Volpe. Some of these swings are the swings of a guy who is lost and doesn't just need a benching. He needs a full-blown demotion. He had 3 more strikeouts. He's now hitting 166 with a 213 on base his last 72, not 72 games. He's been Martin Maldonado, Jeff Mathis type bad. I think it's time for him to be fully benched, and Jose Caballero, he's got to start for the next week or 2 weeks. We have a super fun matchup of freaks who have wicked stuff. We have Bubba Chandler, the rookie, versus fellow rookie, The Miz. And the Brewers struck first, and they kept on striking. Bowers had a 2-run double. Andrew Vaughn, the RBI machine for the Brewers, he drove in another. Durbin, just like Mason went a few games ago, no RBI on the double play, but that is a 4th run. There was a wild pitch for a 5th run. Bubba's, he's being left out there to eat innings and get some learning experience. Perkins, that's an RBI double to left. Bubba then had a walk, so the bases are loaded to Ortiz. That's a 7th run. Turang then plated 2 more, so that is a 9th spot against Bubba Chandler. By the way, Brice Turang is batting .475 with 5 RBIs in 6 games in September after he went crazy in August. The Miz, he was unhittable. 8 strikeouts over 7, just 3 base hits. The Brewers are going to be so tough if he's figured it out. They've won 3 games in a row. The Chicago Cubs are in autopilot right now in the wild card. They know that they're not going to catch the Brewers. Sammy and Derek Lee, they were inducted into the Cubs Hall of Fame. Finally, for Sammy Sosa, took long enough. Still an awesome moment nonetheless. Carson Kelly, he looked like Sammy Sosa in this one. He belted 2 more home runs. This is his 3rd multi-home run game of 2025. He has a 132 OPS plus, and he's been one of the best catchers at blocking and controlling the run game. Add a kid, Robert Hassel. This kid has sky-high talent, but we haven't really seen it so far. That was a bolt off the 101 fastball. CJ, he just collected a swinging bunt. James Wood took a walk. And Josh Bell, you can see on the graphic, he's been insane for his career as a pinch hitter. He added to it. A pinch hit, 3-run blast. Danny Palencia got 0 outs. He's actually going on the shelf now, I think, with shoulder tightness. He might be on the IL. That could be a devastating loss for Cubs fans. Is Mike Trout ever going to hit a home run ever again? He's now in the leadoff spot, so we know that Mike Trout used to be insane at the leadoff spot. Maybe he could ask his buddy Joe Adell a thing or two about hitting home runs, because Joe now has 35 this season with 94 RBIs. Look at Chris Taylor, CT3 with the spinning throw. That saved this next swing from being a 2-run home run. Willie McIver, that's his 3rd career long ball. Bryce Teodosio, he got a run back on the RBI ground rule double. He has 7 outs above average already. He's top 3% in sprint speed. This kid is an athlete. Tyler Soderstrom honestly could hit 200 home runs for his career, maybe 300. He has unreal pop. He's only 23 years old. He has 24 home runs and 86 RBIs with a 125 OPS plus, just getting better and better. Wait, what just happened? Jacob Wilson was waving his bat around. Ohapi is down. Hopefully Logan's going to be okay. I'm just praying that he is. It's now 3-3. Colby, he just missed a go-ahead 2-run home run. So did Travis d'Arnaud. Travis d'Arnaud gave the lead to Kenley Jansen, who now has 473 saves after getting his 26th of 2025. And there we have it, another recap in the books. Don't forget to use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek and Underdog Fantasy. Check out Fuzzy Gaming and playback.tv/the show. Cougs46 and I are going to be live later tonight, so we'll see you there. Enjoy the web gems. Thanks for watching.
Scorcher towards Ha-Sung Kim. Nice play. 6-4-3. Rivera, great barehand pick at third. That's him. What a play! On the full layout.
There's a swing and a broken bat flare out into short left. Duran is out and he got it!
His ground ball rate in baseball. That is a fly ball. Isbell got a beat on it.